everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So today's question is around this Richard Eden article that he wrote about Prince William to strip Sussexes of their titles. So it says, after the birth of Archie and of Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor, Harry and Meghan made it clear they'd chosen not to give a title to their son at the time. They said it was all part of their desire to have a normal life as possible. But after moving to California, they did a 180 and changed their minds. And now suddenly they all want titles and then some. Meghan whined about it on the on Oprah show. And with Lilibet came around, she called her princess. So not apparently content with the titles, Harry and Meghan wanted their children to be known as His Royal Highnesses and Her Royal Highness. We know that because a source close to them informed the Guardian newspaper that Harry and Meghan had applied for British passports for their children and requested the HRH be printed on them. A source said this was so that when they grew, quote, so that when they grow older, they can decide for themselves whether they want to be working royals or stay out of public life. The report failed to attract much attention until I wrote about it in the Daily Mail. According to Tom Sykes of U.S. news website Daily Beast, my article spurred the heir to the throne into action. It said, quote, Prince William will strip Prince Harry's children of their HRH titles when he becomes king, after a provocative briefing by the exiled royal flabbergasted royal insiders. From what I'm told, the removal of the HRHs could be part of a wider, quote, slimming down of the monarchy when William becomes king. Yeah, so that's what we're hearing here from Richard Eden, but I'm just going to confirm that with the cards. Let's see what the cards have to say about this. So let's see, is William really going to do it? Or is it all talk, no action? You know, Meghan, of course, isn't going to let that happen sitting down. It's going to be the threats are going to start coming out. Books, Oprah interviews. I don't know, death threats. Who knows what Meghan is capable of anything, as Prince Harry has said. So is Prince William really going to do it? Is he really going to take away those titles? And really, he should. It's ridiculous they even have them. But let's find out. I mean, of course, this could all just be theater for the masses. I know, like many of you have said, they don't have any children. But, you know, let's just see. If Harry and Meghan really do have children, would Prince William take away their titles? Let's find out. Will he really take them away? Let's see what the cards show. Okay, general situation. We're talking about the nature of the question. Oh, there we go. We got the throne again. There's prize there. This is all about who's going to sit on the throne, who's going to be in line to the throne. That is the whole point of HRH and the whole problem of having Harry and Meghan and their children on it. So what is the cause or reason for asking this question, or a point of interest? Pyramid. We get the challenges here. Talks about being tested. And also it's about preservation. And I was just thinking, you know, the pyramid, you're talking about the pyramid structure of the royal family, preserving the royal family and that structure. Because, of course, the royal family, the king at the top and with queen, everybody else beneath it. And, of course, Harry and Meghan, that if they had gotten their way of modernizing, making the royal family more progressive, aka communist, Meghan and Harry would be right there co-ruling with William. They wanted to have 4 people at the top, not just 2. But of course, taking away those HRHs is going to be uh, a test for William, and dealing with his brother when he becomes king. It's going to be a test for him, and also um, how well he's going to preserve the royal institution, the monarchy. It all rests on Prince William's shoulder when he becomes king. It really, in a lot of ways, does now. And the next card is factors to be considered. Crook and flail, legal. Uh, one of the meanings of this is, legal. How he can work around it. How he's going to get things done in the correct way. It also refers to authority, self-discipline, and worldly status. So this is all playing out on the world stage. So of course, and this is the crook and flail is what the pharaoh used to hold, the king there. And a key phrase for this card is individual responsibility. And it's interesting that you have one individual, William, who will be responsible for handling this, his brother and his crazy wife, who don't take any responsibility for anything, right? They just make up whatever rules as they go along. So William is also having to be careful not to overreact to anything, because Harry and Meghan are doing everything they can to cause the public and to react and lash out at them, right? They're instigating everybody, especially William and Catherine. Don't even know where to begin with that one. There's so much with the Sussex Squad harassing them and making up rumors, and Christopher Boozy calling Prince William and Catherine ugly and saying they look so old, etc., etc., and saying, "Where's Kate?" when she had cancer, saying, "Where's Kate? Where's Kate? Where's Kate?" Really abusive stuff, and so instigating William, constantly instigating him. So he's trying to act and not go too far with it, because I think he'd like to do a lot more than just take the titles away. I don't blame him. We'd all like to see Harry and Meghan in prison where they belong for the crimes they've committed, the censorship and deplatforming people and harassing and doxing people. Yeah, I mean, I was watching the video that of what happened to Fiona there, with this group harassing her and attacking her, coming to her home, a group of thugs who ostensibly were Sussex Squad sent over by Meghan. I mean, they've got real life terrorists that will come to your house. Anyways, number 4 here is solution, advice, or comment given. Ooh, Hathor. So that's the woman. That is the card. So I think that he there's 2 ways I could look at that. That could be telling William this is a strong woman, this is a major arcana. So 1 or 3 ways I could look at this. One is to take the Queen's advice. I'm sure the Queen had some parting words for him about the situation, about how to deal with Harry and Meghan. And of course, the Queen did deal with them, and I'm sure he is going to continue what the Queen started, right? So the Queen said no in or out, no half in, no half out. So he is going to continue and rely on that, and I'm sure the Queen said other things to him on how to deal with them. But it's also, you can also see it as his wife, talking to his wife and getting her feedback on the situation and doing it with her somehow. But it's also with his wife, it's him and Catherine who are both doing the work to maintain the stability and reputation of the royal family and be the exact opposite of Harry and Meghan. So as long as they continue doing that, they'll keep things together and preserve the institution. So it really, relies heavily on, because Catherine really is I think for Megalodon, major, one to go after. It's like he could use their attacks on Catherine as a reasonable legal way to say, well, look what they're doing to her. We need to do this, take away their titles and maybe more. So I do think that's the advice given is keep in mind, because and also for, the way Meghan is copying their children, which could be seen as a threat to their children. So he has a daughter, so you could look at it that way as well. Like looking out for the safety of his daughter, he could ban Harry and Meghan, and do more. You know what I mean? So I think the women around him and that will some advice on how to deal with the situation. So not just him lashing out and saying, I hate my brother, I'm doing this, instead saying, well, look what they've done to my wife and the threat they caused to my daughter particularly. Yeah, and just also being strong in the situation, but also being organized and being a good person about it, being a good role model like he's been, showing that he cares and that he's not going abusing his power. He's doing what he feels is best to love and support everyone around him. All right, so the last card, will he do it? Will he do it? The third way I would look at it as the advice is that this woman here, this is a strong woman, right? This Hathor card. It could also indicate, that Meghan is the real problem here, not his brother, right? I mean, Harry is a problem, but he wasn't that much of a problem. They had it under control, but then Meghan came along, and that's when things blew up. So like this could also be the third way to interpret that. But let's see the final result. Is he gonna take the HRHs away? Lotus 16. This is like peace, peacefulness, tranquility, and being calm, very calm about things, continuity. Okay, this is a spiritual card, and that things will go well. But also it's a card of being very calm about it, and perhaps finding a way legally to have it happen without him getting the blame for it to keep the peace. So keeping the peace, he's going to do it very peacefully, but I think he will do it to keep the peace, because as long as Harry and Meghan have an avenue to the throne, they're going to continue being the problems that they are in the media and whatnot. So if they no longer have the power of having a line of succession here is the top of the pyramid. And if William, it looks like William can find a legal or some other way to get them to lose their titles without William having to do it, like maybe some other infraction or offense or threat Harry and Meghan have caused, where Parliament or someone could step in and justify it. Particularly the woman here, or against his wife. I think that would peacefully solve it by having it happen without William having to take the full responsibility for it and be able to say, well, I didn't do anything. It was them. It was the Met Police. They said you were a danger, well, don't look at me. Your wife's the one that did this, So he's talking to Harry about it, because Harry is so paranoid and takes everything as he's the victim, and Meghan's got him so brainwashed, and no wonder if he is in a mental hospital right now. It's no wonder, because I mean the way Meghan has twisted his mind into a knot. It'd be amazing if he ever got out of it. But anyways, at the end of the day, this is, don't worry, everything will work out satisfactorily in the end. It will work out well. It will happen peacefully, but it will happen. So I'm going with a yes. I think it will happen. But I think by the time it gets to that point, it's like not even, it's been going on and dragging on for so long, and people are just going to be like, whatever. Like, people have just lost interest in Harry and Meghan so much that it's going to happen, and it's not going to be a big deal. No one's going to get really excited about it. They're like, okay, good, finally. But I don't see it being a big brouhaha that it would have been a few years ago if he had done it like at Megxit or something, or soon after. But anyway, so yeah, I do think it's going to happen. And to preserve the family and to keep the peace and to get Harry and Meghan as far away from that throne in the UK. But of course, we all know Megalodon's not going to stop there. She will just continue her pretentious behavior and try to pretend to be a royal in America. We all know she started doing it already. So there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed this. If so, please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye.